Hey everyone, welcome to Embark Explains, where we break down the psychology behind your everyday life so you can understand yourself better and make clearer choices. I'm Amaris, a licensed therapist, and today we're talking about something people really get confused about: boundaries. And specifically, what boundaries actually are, not the Instagram version, not the "these are my boundaries that you gotta follow or leave" version. Let's clear this up right away. A boundary is something you set for yourself. It's about what you allow into your life, not about controlling anyone else. If your boundary requires another person to act differently, that's not a boundary. That's a rule for someone else. And we can't control other people, which means that type of boundary will fail every time. So today, we're going to break this down in a clean, simple way that actually makes sense. A boundary is a limit you set to protect your well-being, your time, your space, your energy, and your sense of safety. It's a way of saying, this is okay for me. This is not okay for me. This is what I will do to take care of myself. Notice, none of that is, here's what you must do. Boundaries are about what you choose for yourself, not what you demand of others. So there are 6 main types of boundaries. Let's break them down simply and clearly. The first one, physical boundaries. These involve your body and your physical comfort. When someone crosses this boundary, it can look like putting their arm around you without asking, forcing a hug, hitting you, whether playful or serious, touching any part of your body in a way that you didn't agree to. Basically, if you didn't consent to being touched or you don't have that type of relationship, it's a boundary violation. The next one, emotional boundaries. These protect your emotional space, your feelings, your capacity, your mental load. When someone crosses this boundary, they're trying to force you into a negative emotional state like anger, sadness, guilt, anxiety, overwhelm. And people who intentionally cross emotional boundaries often do it through manipulation, lying, gaslighting, or guilt tripping. Now, I want to pause here for a second. Let's talk about gaslighting, because this word has been thrown around a lot in social media. So we're going to diverge a little bit. Gaslighting is when someone gets you to doubt any of your senses and what you know to be true. They can do this through storytelling, through lying, through manipulation. So, gaslighting is a form of manipulation, but it's more specific. It makes you doubt your sense of reality, it makes you doubt yourself and start to not trust yourself. The best example that I can give is here, let's pick this. This pen is pink, okay? If I try to convince you that this pen is red, let's say, I might go, hey, no, look at this pen. Isn't it so cute? It's red. Like, what do you mean? No, it's red. For real, for real. Oh my God. Oh my God. I get it. You must be colorblind. Okay, guys, look, right? This pen, it's red, right? They think it's pink. That's absolutely crazy. Okay, look. I have another friend with colorblind glasses. I'm gonna bring those glasses for you tomorrow. They have the same kind of colorblindness. Watch, and you're gonna see this pen is actually red. If at any point I got you to doubt yourself and what you know to be true, the fact that this pen is very clearly pink, I have effectively gaslit you. And I want you to notice what I did throughout that process. I kept going. I didn't even let you get a word in edgewise. I got other people to play along with me. I made up a lie that would make it more believable. And I also made myself have an easy way to prove you wrong, because guess what? Tomorrow I could switch this pen out for a red one. Either way, though, I got you to believe what I was saying. That is a silly example for gaslighting. When someone does that, it's that crossing of emotional boundaries. They're trying to make you doubt what you know to be true. Next, we've got intellectual boundaries. These protect your thoughts, ideas, and beliefs, and your right to have them respected. When someone crosses this boundary, they're trying to force you to change your mind. This can look like belittling your ideas, calling you names for your belief, or refusing to stop an argument until you agree with them. You see this a lot with politics, religion, and controversial topics. The next one, personal and material boundaries. These protect your belongings, money, devices, and personal space. When someone crosses this boundary, it might look like borrowing something without asking, basically stealing, going into your room without permission, going through your phone or your things, entering your personal space without your consent. Basically, if it's yours, you get to decide who has access to it. Sexual boundaries. These involve consent, comfort, preferences, and privacy in intimate contexts. This is similar for physical boundaries, but specifically focused on anything involving sexual or intimate contact. And I want to be very clear here. This boundary is not just for women or vulnerable people. Men also have sexual boundaries, and anyone can be pressured or violated. Consent is everything. If you haven't given it, they have no right and no entitlement to your body. And lastly, we've got time boundaries. These protect your schedule, your energy, and your availability. When someone crosses this boundary, it often looks like wasting your time, missing deadlines, consistently showing up late, or expecting immediate responses or access to you. Your time is valuable. Setting limits around it is healthy. Now, a lot of people online say verbal boundaries are a category. They're not, because what someone says isn't its own type of boundary. It's the method they use to cross an existing boundary. If their words cross the line, it always falls under one of the 6 real categories. They lied and manipulated you, emotional boundary. Called you stupid and insulted your intelligence, intellectual boundary. Made an unprompted sexual comment, sexual boundary. Gave you the wrong time so you showed up early or wasted your time boundary. Talked about your diary they read without permission, personal material boundary. Called you fat or made comments about your body, physical boundary, and emotional. That's why there's no such thing as a verbal boundary. Verbal violations simply fall underneath whichever actual boundary the words targeted. All right, now that we know what boundaries are, let's talk about what actually matters, how you communicate and enforce them. First and foremost, you have to communicate them. People cannot honor boundaries they don't know exist. You can communicate them before something happens, which is the best case. During the moment, still good. And after something happens, still valid, still important. The more proactive you are, the less conflict you'll face. And communication doesn't have to be aggressive. It can be simple, honest, and calm. I'm not comfortable with that. Here's what works for me. I need to stop this conversation for now. I won't participate if you raise your voice. You're not controlling the other person. You're simply stating, here's my boundary. Here's what I will do to take care of myself. That's it. After communicating, you must enforce your boundary consistently. A boundary that you never follow through with is just a wish. Enforcing a boundary doesn't mean controlling others. It means making choices you have control over. Some examples might be if someone keeps yelling and your boundary is, I won't stay in conversations where I'm yelled at, you leave calmly and without drama. If someone keeps borrowing money after you said no, you stop lending, even if they pressure you. If someone disrespects your time, you stop rearranging your schedule for them. The enforcement is your action, not theirs. That's what makes a boundary real. Now, why is this difficult? Humans hate disappointing people. And a lot of us grew up in environments where keeping the peace meant staying safe. So, of course, setting boundaries feels uncomfortable at first. Your body literally learned that saying no puts you at risk. But here's the truth. Boundaries don't hurt relationships. The lack of boundaries does. The more you practice setting them, the easier it becomes because your nervous system starts learning that you're not actually in danger. At the end of the day, every healthy relationship needs boundaries. When you set a boundary, you're saying, I respect myself and I expect others to respect me too. And if you're scared that introducing a healthy boundary will ruin a relationship, That's a relationship that needs to be reevaluated. Because when someone truly cares about you and respects you, they want you to feel safe, comfortable, and valued around them. Real relationships, strong, healthy relationships, have boundaries, honor boundaries, and can withstand boundaries. So that's your quick breakdown on boundaries, what they are, what they're not, the six types, and how to communicate and enforce them in healthy ways. And this is exactly what Embark Explains is about. The more you understand yourself, the better choices you can make for your life. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your mind. If you found this helpful, subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. And if there's a concept you want me to explain, drop it in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, before you go, just a quick reminder. If you're in Texas looking for a therapist, you can book with me at embarkhealingtherapy.com. And just to be clear, Embark Explained is for education and general mental health information only. It's not therapy and it's not a substitute for personalized mental health care. If you're struggling or need support, please reach out to a licensed mental health professional in your area or contact your local emergency services.